Hey, it's Greg Luther, and today we're going to talk about real estate agents and paying their taxes. One of the things we all love, right? Depending on the time of year you're watching this, if you're watching it live, it is tax time. Watching a recording, that may not be the case, but frankly, all times are tax times. You make money, they want their cut of it. So at our last conference that we had an agent in the room. We were actually all a little bit jealous of this agent. She had to pay $213,000 in taxes. Unbelievable how much money that is, right? But she wins the prize. We had another agent in the room who owed like $3,500. I feel sorry for that guy, right? That means you're not making enough money. So when you've got an agent that owes $213,000, now keep in mind that as a real estate agent, we have an awful lot of expenses, right? And what you gross is definitely not what you net. What you net is after brokerage splits and assistants and marketing fees and our licensing fees and continuing ed and office dues and all that crap that we have. If you're writing off your car, you're writing off your house, that type of stuff. You pay taxes on your net income or your profit, right? If you owe $213,000, you did all right last year. Now, a lot of people say, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'd do if I owed that much money. Your goal is to owe the IRS $1 million. Can you agree with that? Like, your job is not to think that that's an expense. It's a percentage of what you made. So if the number you're paying them is low, you had a bad year. If you hit the lottery, you've heard people say, well, I don't want to play the lottery. You're going to have to pay $3 million in taxes. Yeah, but I get this many million, right? So, the IRS is something that, yeah, we all have to pay it, love it, hate it, whatever the case is. But your job, your goal is to owe them a tremendous amount of money. That's a little bit different mindset than most real estate agents have. When we were going around the room at that conference, this conference happened to be in LA, when we were going around the room in that conference and agents were talking about how much they had to pay last year, everybody had like a hush went across the room. They were like, oh my gosh. And it was quiet when she said she had to pay $213,000. Hopefully they were ready to take notes. Hopefully they were willing to ask her, how can I do that, right? How can I profit damn near $1 million? That's what you want to look for. So again, it comes back to, and we've talked about this in a lot of the other training videos, it comes back to you don't have a problem with expenses, you have a problem with income, right? Oh, well, my brokerage charges me too much money. The IRS charges me too much money. No, you're not making enough money. If your problem is that you're pinching pennies, you're trying to save money anywhere you can, you need to fix your top line. You want to fix that bottom line? You need to fix the top line. Stop worrying about the middle one. Stop worrying about the expenses line. You're weaning yourself into starvation is what you're doing. You have to fix your income. That's the thing that you can make the greatest impact on anyway, is drastically increasing your income, because I will assure you, no matter who you are or what marketplace you're in, it's easier for you and I to make a bigger impact on your income than the impact we can make on reducing your expenses. Do you agree you can create a bigger income much better than you can lower expenses? You can easily quadruple your income. You cannot easily cut your expenses by 75% to pay a quarter of that. It's easier to get 4 times as much money as a real estate agent. So, come tax time, the more you owe, the better you did. There's some agents that they bring in like gross income, 60, 70,000 for the year. Well, that means you're below the poverty level after expenses. And you're the type of agent that thinks, oh, my brokerage charges me too much. I can't believe these MLS dues. I got to pay for this keypad and I got to pay for my lock boxes and it's all so expensive. No, it's not. You gross $60,000, $80,000. That's what the problem is. You've got to increase your income. Taxes aren't a problem for you. Your monthly or daily expenses aren't a problem for you. The biggest problem you have is you don't have enough income. If you focus on fixing that line, fixing that top line, getting with better quality prospects that can afford to pay a commission, let me tell you, if you're working lower end transactions, they have no money to give you. They're always going to be fighting on commission. Not because they're tough to deal with. They just don't have the money to give you. So what if you attracted a better quality client? What if you attracted clients that instead of worrying, oh my gosh, this purse is $99. I don't know, do I really need a purse right now? What if you deal with a client that spends $3,500 on a purse because it doesn't match the dress, and or because it does match the dress, the one that they just paid $3,000 for does not match the dress? What if you started dealing with those types of real estate clients? What if you dealt with those that had 20, 30, 50% down when they bought their house, or maybe they bought it for all cash, so now we're dealing with equity? So when you start dealing with better quality clients, you can drastically raise your income, and taxes no longer become a problem for you. I want you to think about this. For the next 12 months, what if your goal was to owe the IRS as much as you possibly could? Right? Most are going the other way around. Most are like, oh my gosh, I want to pay him nothing. I can't believe I got to pay him $3,500. Your business sucks. That's the reason you're only paying them $3,500. Now, I use that example because, again, live in the room, we had one that needed to pay $213,000, one that only needed to pay $3,500. Be honest with me. If you could have the whole last year, which of those agents would you rather be? Would you rather be the one that has to pay $213,000, or would you rather be the one that has to pay $3,500? Keep in mind, you get all their income if you get all their expenses. Which one do you think is doing well? Which one do you think had the executive suite in that hotel, as opposed to the one that stayed 1.5 miles down the road and is renting a scooter, one of the electric scooters, to get back and forth to the hotel because that hotel is too expensive? Okay? So your goal as a real estate agent, increase your income. Stop worrying about the freaking expenses. Marketing's not expensive. Your brokerage split is not expensive. Coaching is not expensive. Those are not problems for you. Your problem is your income. And if you fix that, I think you're going to find you're going to be a whole lot happier. So goal for the next 12 months, let's owe the IRS as much as we can. That means we made a hell of a profit. I want you to focus that way. Focus on increasing your top line. Stop worrying about that middle line. Everything's going to work out well. I can easily quadruple your top line. We can't hardly mess with those expenses, right? There's very little we can do unless we decide to live in a smaller house, drive a cheaper car, not have the fancy things that we want. If you're trying to cut back on Starbucks because it saves you $5 a day, you're playing the game wrong. Your job is to increase your expense. Go buy another car. If you fix your income, it's not a problem. So hopefully that gets your mindset working the right way. Go out there and sell some houses today. If there's something I can help you with, definitely let me know. Reach out to us here. You can always reach us, GregLutherCoaching.com. Support at GregLutherCoaching.com as well. So until then, go out, close some deals, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye for now. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video, and listen, we've got a lot more information for you to help you with growing your real estate business. We load new videos nearly every day, and I want you to have access. So you got to do two important things. It's both totally free. Number one, I want you to subscribe to this channel. You'll see the little subscribe button for you to click. If you don't have an account with YouTube, set it up. It's totally free. You got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important factor, you got to ring the bell. Right next to that subscribe button, you'll see a little bell to turn on notifications. That will let you know every time I load a new money-making video to help you with growing your real estate business. Subscribe and make sure you ring the bell. We'll see you in the next video.